Hello, TCG history fans. I have a treat of an unboxing for you guys today. We are opening up not just a starter deck, but also 6 booster packs of the SimCity trading card game from 1994. I'm a huge fan of SimCity, so this is like, I love this. I'm so excited to show you guys these really interesting cards. Let's get into it. All right, here they are. We have a full SimCity the card game starter deck and 6 additional booster packs to get through. I'm so excited for this. I love SimCity. Before we begin, if you guys have not done so, please make sure to support this show if you like what we're doing here, preserving the history of these long dead card games. You can support us by either buying some of our merch or by subscribing to our Patreon where you can get videos like this early, or you can always use our TCG player affiliate link to buy some trading cards and support the show. Of course, they won't be quite as old as these. These are old. Oh man, these are some old cards right here, but they are classics. I'm so excited to get into them. Let's see. There we go. Seal's broken. We're going to do the starter deck first, then the booster packs, which I'm very interested to see because they have long cards in them. Yeah, it's weird. You'll see. We have our starter deck. Here's what the card back looks like. Basically, the same thing as the pack art. Look at that. And here's what our cards look like. If you've never seen these before, they're going to be a little weird. So what they are is real-world photos of locations. They're real-world locations taken, like polaroids turned into cards. And what's cool about that is, these are so old, so these are time capsules of the buildings of the time. I'm gonna have to use my knife to cut this. I tried to do this smooth, but it did not work. Okay, so here we are. Seals off. And we'll talk first about card quality. These feel really weird, actually. Very thin cardstock, but with a nice texture to it. And the corners are not very rounded. They're quite sharp, actually. So, as you can see, we have 212 East Main Street. And you got your stats at the bottom. I don't know how to play this yet, but I'm very excited to learn since, I love SimCity and I love dead card games. So here's a medical supply center, food packing plant. It's really interesting that they can get away with actual real world brands without any permission because they're just photos. A lot of these buildings probably don't even exist anymore. Nightclub. That doesn't look like a nightclub. That looks like a castle, but I'll take your word for it. Video store. What's that say? Ooh, West Coast Video. Awesome. And is that a Radio Shack it's next to? I don't know where that is, but I'd love to go there and see if it still exists. One thing they did was you could send them a picture of your place of business and they would print it as a card. So there are like a lot of card shops that no longer exist that became cards in the SimCity card game. Law office. So anyone know this place? You might actually see something from your real city mixed in here. Apartment building. City council chairman. He's a looker. Community center. 19 Puttingham Court? Okay. SimCity Courier. Zoning problems. Steel processor. Council member. Man, these are just interesting. This is not something any company would do in the modern day. It's just a weird concept. Fire. Uh-oh. Oil refinery. Food distributor. Dominic's. This is our manual. Let's take a little peek-see. That's looking pretty complex, but not that bad. I'm looking forward to reading through that in depth. I've never played this, but I've always wanted to. Ever since I got interested in covering Dead Cards games, this was one of the highest ones on my list because I just find it to be weird. And there's a good stock of these available. It sold pretty well, at least at first. And the plan was to release booster sets, not like this base set, but booster sets and decks based on specific cities. So everything from them would be from that city. How cool is that? I believe they only did Chicago, but don't quote me on that one. That's a real school, yes. These are all real places. It's kind of trippy. You know, I'm sure at least half of these no longer exist. Auto repair store, fire station. Oh, look at that truck stop. That's the type of place you go for the good food. Sorority house. What's that? What sorority is that? Phi Sigma Phi, I think that says. That's kind of hard to make out. Not because it's too small, but because photography wasn't exactly the best and printing wasn't the best back then, so the clarity's not great. There's another council member, a pastor, planes. I'm going to use this as a token in Magic. That would be funny. Use it as a planes card. You got what I meant. Post office. That's a very nice looking post office. Forest. Field. Forest. 857 Jefferson Avenue. I wonder if they made up the addresses or they actually used the real addresses of these places. I honestly don't know, but I'd very much like to find out. Mobile home. Coal burning power plant. University grounds. Field. Council member. Forest. That is the starter deck out of the way. And now we get some interesting stuff because exclusively in booster packs, you got long cards. You've got normal cards in here, but there's also one card in the back which is long. Now, I'm assuming this is terrible packaging and that all of them are going to be bent. But we'll have to find out. I am now about to rip open some booster packs that are older than I am. Oh, that's fun. So here's our big card. We'll set that aside and look after. Accountant. Shoe store. LB shoe outlet. SimCity courier. Election. Construction firm. I don't know what the deal is for like rarities or if there are more sought after cards or anything. I'm really going into this quite blind. But that's the same one as in the starter deck. So you can't, you can get duplicates of them in normal packs. That's kind of lame, but hey. Playground. I don't know if I'd be cool with some dude coming up and taking a photograph of a bunch of kids playing on a playground to sell in booster pack. That's kind of weird. Next we have the big card. And yeah, there's definitely some bending going on there. That's kind of a shame, but that must be a good one to get. Times Square. You can see it doubles the value of commercials within 2 blocks of it. That's pretty cool. You got Canon right there, Coke, JVC. Yet I can already be like, yeah, that looks nothing like modern day Times Square. That's so cool. I think these might be my favorite part of it. Let's see if the other ones have good stuff in them. I almost lost a booster pack. It was underneath a stack of cards. Let's see. I'm excited. Put that to the side. And uh-oh. The mayor's been honored. Okay, I guess that's a good thing. Broadcast Center, Bridge, Christian Church. That's a pretty looking church. I like the architecture. Hospital, candy store. Coal burning power plant. That's a different one. This guy looks like his coworker's been talking nonstop about how great their weekend is, and he does not care, but is too polite to say anything. High school. This is someone's actual high school. Let me know if you graduated from this school. It would be very weird now that I think about it. Oh, Chicago Fire Station. If I like see somewhere I know. Winnebago Elementary School. How strange. Imperial Travel and Tour. Huh. Move those out of the way. And we'll see what our long card is. Again, they're bent. They're all going to be bent. That one's not very exciting. That does not beat Times Square. So far, Times Square is the best one. Container Dock, sorry. Sorry, nope. Not unless it's in Rico Harbor. That's the only one that would be cool, but nope. Okay, next pack. These pack wrappers are super weird. Like, you'd think they would be, you know, kind of like the magic wrappers of the time, or like wax wrappers for baseball cards, but they're not. They're like velvety. It's weird. That one's really bent, but we'll look at that after these. First, hobby store. Oh boy. That seems like a place I'd like to go into. Go back in time to 1994. Go check out this hobby stop and rate it for some fun collectibles. Superstore. Another fire. Electronics manufacturer. Presbyterian church. Governor. I really hope that's an actual governor of some state. Look at his little... Is that a Tasmanian devil there? He looks fun. Farmhouse. Fondue restaurant. Awesome. Pub. We are going to build such a cool city. Gas station. Farmhouse. Parking lot. My favorite location. Mountain. We still haven't come across an island or a swamp. Fast food restaurant. Very cool. You know, these are a piece of history that's just really unique. And I'd love to see like a full collection of these. Although, I know that's quite hard to do because they released tons upon tons of like very limited run promo cards. This one's order's wrong. Weird. This was underneath this card. Retreat Center. Logging Transport Park. Rental car company, council member, duplex, park, a department store, kind of doesn't look like anything at all, just gonna be honest, dairy barn, mountain, river, close enough to an island, bookstore, ice cream parlor. Very nice. Let's get something good for this. I never looked at the one from the last pack either, so... we have the Great Pyramids. What a jump from the last one. Jeez. Yeah, we go from Container Dock to literally one of the most iconic landmarks of world history. And Air Force Academy was the one I skipped over on accident. Neat. We have 2 packs left. Have you ever played this game? I have not yet, but I very much intend to. Let me know if it's any good, if you have any experience with it. This is one of those games that's just so interesting, I can't help but want to tell the history of it. Gym, ski lodge, sporting goods store, planes, Greek Orthodox Church. That's a very pretty church. School of Law, parking lot, barn, river, ranch house, specific address, barn, kindergarten. Hello, man. I was gonna say, like, look at these young little kids, but then I realized that they're probably all in their 30s now. Weird. Were you one of the kids in this photo? Let me know. And our long card for the second to last pack is... Ooh, how fancy. What's the effect say? Add 2 to pubs within 4 blocks. Deduct 1 from residents within 3 blocks. Receive 2 for each pub within 5 blocks. Huh, that's pretty neat. Moulin Rouge. Last pack. I do not know how many cards are in this set even, so... And we do have some duplicates, but it's not too bad. Our last card. Look at that, it won't even stay flat on the table. That's a shame. Lutheran Church, Savings and Loan, Council Member, County Courthouse. Is that Will County Courthouse? Well, I don't know where that is, but that's a cool looking building. I thought for a second it was the one in Dallas where they shot part of RoboCop or whatever. Wire House, Restaurant and Saloon, Plains, Bed and Breakfast, Lake. It's not an island, so it doesn't count. Forest, Mountain, Outpatient Clinic, Substation. All right, our last long card. Let's see what it is. High-rise apartments. Well, that's all right for you guys today. We opened a ton of cards. Please make sure to like and subscribe. You know, this channel is still pretty young. We could use your support. And I sincerely appreciate you watching as we document more of TCG history.